There are some realities that, in my experience, every single student that engages with this process must come to terms with. The first and foremost is this idea that you have to put in time for a few reasons. One of which is you need to continue to understand what the colleges are saying about themselves. Colleges are fairly sophisticated in terms of sharing about themselves important information that they think is key for individuals who attend that university to understand. Second, you have to work as hard at self-exploration as at university exploration. Simply put, it's as much a matter of who you are and you're getting to know yourself as it is about your getting to know universities. A third point is to recognize, just as a basic, again, fundamental principle, is that your preferences will likely change over time. You have to acknowledge that and give yourself time and space to honor that reality about just human life. And the final reality, that the basic principle is there is more than one good fit for you. First thing that I'd like to start with is something that we do here at Graded. We call it the fit pie chart. And the way to think about this is if you envision a circle and try to envision turning that into a 3-part pie chart. 1/3 or one section would be academic, one section would be social, and one section would be financial. Those are kind of the 3 fundamental categories of a university's criteria, or qualities, I should say. Now, the next step would be, what college criteria, what features or qualities or characteristics about a particular university align with each of your 3 sections of the pie chart. Now, once you've identified those, we really engage with what we like to call the research cycle. First, can you rank what your identified criteria are? 2, how do you find schools that really identify or articulate those particular criteria? 3 is the research piece, where you go to the website and try to figure out how the specific schools that you're interested in go about meeting those criteria. And then the last bit, to sort of return to the beginning, is now, with what you've learned, can you refine your criteria? Does the rank change? Is there anything new that you would add?
When you log into the platform, you will see the school section on the left bar. And below that, you have the search section, where you can go and search for various universities, either based on location, or if you're looking at the QS World University Rankings, right? So what a lot of students begin to do is, once they begin their search process, they create lists for themselves. Now, if I was to look at, for example, New York University, at the bottom, you'll see a little button which says Add to List. If you're at the first stage where you're still considering if this could be a possibility, then normally you add it to what we call the long list. If you've already done some amount of research on the courses and you know for certain that this is a university that you would be interested in applying to, you would add it to your shortlist. And once your shortlist is created of the final universities that you're interested in, and you are absolutely certain that, yes, this is a university I want to apply to, is when you move it to the applying section, right? So on the My List tab, I'm sure all of you would have already gone through this process of beginning to look at universities and created possible shortlists and long lists. This here now is a demo account of a student that I'm sharing with you. So this particular student has a few universities, as you can see, in the long list, and a few universities in the short list also that's been added. Now, where do you go from here? CIALFO has a facility called Direct Apply, which is basically the way that you can directly apply to various universities from the CIALFO platform. So let's take, for instance, Imperial College is a university that you have decided to apply to. What you're going to do is first move this to your applying list, right? As you can see now, this has now come into your applying list. And when you click on the specific university, you will be able to see a tab called Direct Apply. Under the Direct Apply tab, you will now see a whole list of courses that are available at this university, and you can choose the course of your choice. I'm going to select Chemical Engineering because that's the course that I'm interested in, and I am going to add my application. All right. Once your application is added, you need to click on this tab over here called the Direct Apply tab. It is a very simple process. It just takes 5 steps for you to complete this entire process. The first one would be to add a program. The second is filling out the application form. Now, when you click on this, there are various tabs related to your personal profile, your academics, and the documents that you need to submit, right? So all of this is clearly listed. You just have to go ahead and complete all of these steps. The next thing you're going to do is certain universities have additional requirements. So when you click on additional requirements, let's click Imperial College, for instance, they're going to ask you a few questions and you can select the relevant answer for yourself, which then brings you to the next step of actually submitting the application. Now, as you know, many universities charge an application fee. On CIALFO, we try to provide students with an application fee waiver. And as you see this, there are multiple waivers that could be availed of. So in case you are required to pay an application fee, you will see a button saying submit and pay. And in case you will be receiving a waiver, then you'll directly get a button which says submit for the application, as you see here below, right? So that's about it, guys. It's just 5 easy steps. So that's about it from my end. Have a great day. Thank you.